Hey, my name is Brad. You may know me by my forum name, Undream, on most of the wet shaving forums. I've been restoring straight razors for about a year now and making custom scales for them. In these series of videos, I'm going to show you guys how I restore a straight razor from beginning to end. I found that although very helpful, written tutorials and sometimes even pictures can leave something to be desired. I had to develop my own methods to sort of fill in the gaps, and I wanted to share those methods with everybody out there in the wet shaving community. There are other straight razor videos out there. I haven't seen most of them. You may find that I duplicate some content from those videos. If so, it's not really intentional because, again, I've never seen them. Most of the methods that I use are freely available information from forums and even other YouTube videos. I'll try to give credit where credit's due throughout my videos. You'll probably just see a little tag on the bottom with some text indicating where I got that little tidbit of information. Now I'm going to introduce you to the star of the series of videos here, which is a straight razor that is in bad need of repair. This is a F. Fenny tally-ho, about 6'8" in width, with some chips along the edge. You may be able to see that, and some cracked scales. So we're going to examine this a little bit closer, and then we'll proceed on with the first step of the restoration process. So here we are a little bit closer. This blade was actually picked up at an antique store for $5. I thought it was a pretty good deal. Some might look at this and think that it's not a very good deal. I would totally understand that. From a restorer perspective, though, it still has some value there. You'll notice that we've got some really nice deep stamps here. On the blade it says a real tally-ho. Very cool. And on the tang we have the logo of F. Fenny tally-ho razors, which was the fox. And it also says F. Fenny Sheffield. And then warranted on the tang there. You'll notice that we have two fairly large chips in this razor. That's perfect for this video because obviously we'll have to remove those. You'll also notice that there is a significant amount of, I don't know if you'd consider this patina or just staining or pitting. Obviously there is some pitting on this blade as well. I don't know, all of the above, right? You'll also notice that we have some active rust along the bottom of the tang here, indicated by the red color. The reverse side of the blade is much like the front. These razors are actually, this razor is probably about an 1850 razor. F. Fenny had the tally-ho name until 1852, and this razor was probably one of the last few batches produced based on the shape of the tail here. It looks longer and thinner, which is highly indicative of the later of his razors. Okay, so onto the scales here. You'll notice that we have some wormholes, which is typical for old horn scales. Again, throughout the wedge area, more wormholes. Fairly normal lead spacer in there. And obviously a large crack, which these scales are going to have to go. But before they go, I'm going to show you how to remove scales if we actually wanted to save these. And so we're going to go through two methods of how to unpin a razor, and that will be our next step.